Hello, this is your professor, Dr. Eric Mortensen. I want to just take a minute to guide you through this editing and proofreading workshop. So before you begin, when you're reading your own work, it's easy to miss errors because our brains are kind of filling in gaps. And we think we're doing something right, but later you realize, oh wait, I missed something. So you got to find ways to kind of help you catch these problems. One way is to sort of change the font margin and text size. Sometimes that's enough to kind of, when you're reading it again, kind of gives you a new set of eyes. Just make sure you change it back. Also, I've found that it can be helpful to read it out loud, right? So reading it out loud, oftentimes you'll catch errors that you wouldn't have caught normally. Okay, what kind of errors or what kind of things we're looking for? Wordiness, right? Make sure that you're concise, you're saying things clearly, eliminating unnecessary words or phrases. I made comments on some of your papers regarding this. I mean, remember, academic writing isn't supposed to be bombastic, overly wordy writing. It's supposed to be um, concise, direct, to the point, clear writing, right? So get rid of extra wordiness if you have it. Repetition, if you're using the same word a lot or same phrases a lot, try to vary it up. Clarity, make sure that your sentences are clear and people can make sense of them. Be careful if you have imprecise or vague language, right? And again, this might be helpful to take it to the writing center or have a friend read it, and if they don't, have them tell you what you think your argument is, and if they can't sort of identify that, or if they say, well, this paper is about X and you really thought it was about Y, then that's a problem for you. You need to go back and make sure you're making your points clearly. Okay, academic voice, we talked about this before. Inappropriate tones or languages, get rid of I think, I feel, I believe. Not because you can't have I, but rather, I know that's what you think or what you feel because you're writing it, right? So just be more direct. Get rid of cliches, informal language, slang, generalizations, all these things. Try to eliminate those so you sound more authoritative. Get rid of passive voice, right? If you have it. Run-on sentences, sentences with more than one independent clause. You might have to separate them with a period or a semicolon um, and a transition, conjunction, but you got to fix those. Fragments, right? Sentences that aren't complete. Uh, Make sure you don't have any of those. Fix those if you have them. Pronoun usage, right? Try to eliminate second person, right? You don't need those. Another problem that you have with pronouns oftentimes is an undefined, um, you refer to it, but then what does it refer to, or what does this refer to? Make sure that it's clear, make sure that the reader understands exactly what you're saying, especially at the beginning of the paragraphs. Identify the pronoun, right? Make sure that the reader can tell which noun the pronoun replaces. And if there's confusion, you should try to fix it. Subject-verb agreement, right? Who's the subject? Do they match, right? So you got to make sure that singulars get singular verbs and plurals get plural. Verb tense. Are you consistent? The main thing is that you're consistent. Is it all in the past? Is it all in the present or the future? Um, Sometimes you can make these if they make logical sense, it's fine, but you want to be consistent with this. You don't want half your paper to be using a past tense voice and then half of it using present tense. Possessives and contractions, make sure you're doing those correctly. You can probably get rid of contractions, you don't need them, just spell it out, and just make sure again that you're using the appropriate word here. And finally, some basics with formatting. Is it double spaced? Do you have 1-inch margins on all sides? Are you using 12-point font, New Roman font? Did you indent each paragraph, and did you eliminate extra spaces between paragraphs? All right, best of luck, and this ends this concludes the session.